Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc Wayne Gandy, Madison Gill. We about to introduce Lauryn Williams. I'm gonna need about 20 seconds of something from Miami. You got something? That's what she like. That's how she made it through college down at Cheetah 3, right out there in Fort Lauderdale. I don't know how I know these strip clubs. I don't know. There we go. That's to get Lauryn going right there.
The traffic of the day has died down. A vendor selling
Bring it to the main stage, all the way from Russia, Miss Lauryn Williams. Good morning to you.
All the way live for your birthday, I see.
What time is it over there? I asked these people here. They say they want to check, but they don't know what time it is. What time is it?
9 hours ahead, 6:30 p.m.
6:30 p.m. You're being disciplined and still at the Olympic Village, right?
I am. I got the Norman text on right now. I ain't get to blow them up yet, but.
Oh, okay, okay. How is it over there? Have you seen any stray dogs, maybe? I need to start there.
Yes, and they're super cute. They're everywhere. They're not killing them.
Oh, they're not killing them?
Maybe they're not killing all of them. They're leaving some out there so we can see them. I'm seeing them on a regular basis, and they're cute, and they're happy, and we're feeding them.
That's probably only in the U.S. village. Over in the Japanese village, in the Philippines, that smell you smelling is roasting. They just roasting them little chihuahuas over there.
We don't see no doggy here.
Well, Miss Williams, we are in the Winter Olympics. My first question will be, what's the difference between the winter and the summer, other than the temperature?
Oh, that's my go-to answer, the temperature. I would say the age difference is something that's different. In bobsled, we're a little bit older, but I think the overall age of the team is a lot younger. So I'm seeing a lot of younger athletes that are doing these sports. And obviously the income levels are different. People who ski, grow up skiing and stuff like that versus people who grow up doing track and field. Kind of two different socio-economic backgrounds.
That would be true. Because you can run for free, but you got to buy some skis to ski. Learning the bobsled, what was the most difficult part of the training?
It's not really the bobsledding part. There is the technique of hitting the sled and actually loading, which has been the thorn in my side lately, is loading the sled properly so that you can give yourself the best velocity and, you're getting in there and not making the sled skid around. But the things that are going behind the scenes are the things that nobody knows about, with standing runners and moving your own sled, and it's hard out here.
It sounds like
now, your first trip down, because I don't know if you bobsledded before you tried out. Your first trip down, how exhilarating was it?
Exhilarating wouldn't be the word that I would use exactly. More like horrifying. What the hell am I doing in this thing? Why did I show up here for this?
Did you feel nauseous or anything?
I didn't feel nauseous, but I wasn't sure if we had wrecked from the very beginning to the end. And, you hear about these wrecks in bobsled. The first thing you Google when you Google anything about bobsled is the wrecks. But 3 people wrecked on the day that I went before I went down the first time. And I was like, oh, this is a real thing. There's a high probability I can crash.
Wow. Have you wrecked so far yourself?
Not. Knock on some wood.
Yeah, I got some wood right here. Bad producer, bring your head over here so I can knock on it. Y'all got to keep up with the jokes. The food over there, there's a report that Russia is blocking y'all yogurt. So y'all don't have your, what is it, Shabani? The yogurt, the Greek yogurt, that Russia has blocked that ship, like 5,000 units of it. How's the food over there?
They got some Russian kefir. I guess that's why they don't want us to have no Shabani, but other than that, we hanging in there food-wise. We could be doing better, but we could be doing worse. We've been calling it this week in the bobsled team, #first world problems. We got plenty of complaints, but compared to some of these other places, we're not complaining about anything serious. We got shelter, we got food, and we're doing okay.
Now, being a bobsledder, different than the Summer Olympics, you were able to eat, right? You don't have to worry about your weight too much. You can keep those pounds on.
I am eating. I'm feeling good about myself. I'm at 151, up like 12 pounds from my track and field, which really is more like 20 from my race weight. But
Right.
I was a little bit heavier in the last couple of days of track and field anyway.
So that's fun, right? Not having to worry about losing weight.
Yeah, but it's still a tough thing because I'm smaller than the rest of the girls. I'm 5'3", and most of them are like 5'9", 5'10". So I can't get as big as them. They're about 170, 175 on average. And so I'm still 20 pounds behind everybody else. But, like if I get to 170 pounds, I'm not going to be fast. So I still got to find like how heavy can I get and how fat and still stay fast.
Now, you and your team, what are your expectations? I know you the win goal, obviously. But is it time? You trying to cut down time? Do you think the time you've already ran is good enough?
So the main thing for me is the push. As a push athlete, I'm focused on the start time and the velocity. So my job is to get that sled going as fast as possible, get the momentum moving, and really get her up to speed as quick as I can. So that's the main thing is that I'm working on the push time, and we're pretty close. Even in practice, we almost pushed close to the start record. So I'd like to, overall, for the runs, break the start record and stay consistent.
Lauryn, good morning. This is good evening to you. This is Big Kenny. I have a question. Going from the summer to the Winter Olympics, a lot of people have been asking the question, how were you able to go from not only one season in a sport as a gold medalist in track and field, but go immediately and make the Olympic winter bobsledding team? Was it an easy transition? Do they have a lot of people in front of you that were trying to get on the team? Did it help that you were already a gold medalist? How did that happen?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that play into that. I think, part of it is my sprint speed, but also very good teachers. Like I said, there's a lot that people don't know that goes on behind the scenes in bobsled, aside from, like I said, actually pushing the sled, running and jumping in. Behind the scenes, picking up, lifting the sled, standing the runners, moving it from one place. And we drive all across Europe, taking the sleds for the World Cup season. This is the little things. So without good teachers, I wouldn't have been able to do it. And it's definitely not as easy as I'm making it look. People are saying, oh, anybody can just get in the bobsled. But there weren't very many people. There were 22 people at our original tryouts, and we're down to 6 that, actually made the team. So I think compared to other sports, that's a small amount of people, in general that are in the sport. So we got to work to grow the sport a little bit.
And then, hello, this is Marky. Good morning or good evening to you. Used to saying good morning here so often. With the U.S. bobsledding team, I know that somebody ended up breaking through a door. Mr. Quinn, were you? Did you have any bad experiences like that with jammed up or not being able to shower or anything?
No, we've had hot water. Like I said, pretty much. There's not too many complaints we have here so far. But I mean, Johnny had to do what he had to do to get out.
At least he didn't end up like Bob Costas.
I think
he's giving bobsledders a bad rap, but I mean, what would you do if you were stuck in a bathroom?
I have no idea if I have the strength to break through my clothing, never mind a door.
Well, Lauryn, one thing that happened in the summer that I don't know what's going on in the winter, condoms. They predicted a lot of sex in the Summer Olympics. Is there any sex going on in Sochi?
I have not come across any so far.
She's like, but if I do.
Look at Big Kenny like, dang, I need to get on the plane.
I'll settle for a picture of you in them wind-resistant suits.
So around the village, what's the difference between this village being in Russia and the Summer Olympics village? Is it bigger, smaller, the accommodations?
3 villages here, and so that's pretty cool because in the summer there was only one that I know of. There may have been another one, but I never went to it. And the main village, the coastal village, is just like the summer games. It's almost identical in the way it looks, the way the buses run, the way the cafeteria is set up, etc. But up here in the mountains where the bobsledders, the snowboarders are and stuff, obviously there's mountains everywhere. We have a beautiful view right off our balcony every morning, walking down to the calf. So that's one of the main things. It's just, a different climate. And then it's a lot smaller in this mountain village. Less food, less people, I guess. So there's a smaller availability of things in general. So,
Lauryn, leading up to the Winter Olympics, there was a lot of talk about potential for terrorism and I know that security is supposed to be heightened. I heard stories of skiers having to get their skis x-rayed. Bobsledding, you actually have a bobsled, which is almost equivalent to a vehicle. Is there some sort of pre-security screening? Do you guys have to show up extra early for your events just to get screened for security? How's all of that working itself out?
It's funny because we sent our stuff over in crates, so we had to send our crates pretty much the day after our last race, which was about 3 weeks ago on the World Cup tour from Germany over to Russia, so that they would have time to clear customs. And they were still delayed one day right before we slid on February 4th, 5th, and 6th, and they didn't end up arriving until the 4th. They were supposed to get here on the 3rd. So it's little things, but yeah, they go through a pretty strict immigration process. They take stuff out of your crate if you're not, like acetone, matches, things like that you're not supposed to have. We need the acetone to send our runners, so you have to buy it over here. But I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna keep it real with the Sports Joc. I heard a dog bark, those sniffing dogs to make sure the bombs and all that when you come in and out every day.
Right.
Everything had been fine. Everything had been fine. One day we're waiting on the bus, and this dog went ballistic. And I was just like, what do I do? What's my plan? Like, that dog is not happy. Something is going on, and I need to run. Where am I going to hide? Should I hide in the snow? I didn't know where to go. I was out in the open. Luckily,
just keep running.
All right.
Do like Forrest Gump. Just keep running.
But I can't say it didn't make me a little nervous.
Well, Lauryn, one thing, tell me about your nerves. Were you more nervous getting in the blocks in a track race or trying to push this sled?
I would say equally as nervous. The thing about this is that someone else is counting on you, so you can't just screw up and ruin your own Olympic chances. If you screw up, you ruining someone else's chance. And I've been fortunate enough to be named to the USA 1 sled, which is, the one that they believe has the most medal potential. So there's a lot of pressure on my shoulders, like you said, just being in the sport 6 months, to get out there, push Alana fast, like I said, execute my load and everything properly, and make sure that she's as happy as possible so she can drive the best that she can. So it's the same amount of adrenaline pumping as I get on that line, but there is that little bit of extra pressure knowing that someone else is counting on you.
Well, we can't let you go without asking about Miss Lolo Jones. Have y'all become better friends, or is it still school days where the jigaboos don't like the how's it going? I mean, what was the other couple of people name in the movie?
That was it. The wannabes of the jigaboos.
Yeah, that's what it was. How's the relationship between you and Lolo?
Lolo is cool people. I think, she's gotten a bad rap for all the attention she's gotten in the media. And she's definitely a hard worker. She wants this medal more than anything, and that's what she's here for. She'll, make sure that she lets you know that her goal is to win a medal, and she's going to work very hard to get there. So, I definitely come to appreciate what it is to be a hard worker and, really be diligently working toward everything. She's doing the best thing to gain the weight, to do the recovery. She's never cheating. I'm like, I ain't really doing a Normatex today. She's on top of all that at all times. So you got to respect her for her grind.
They say she's fighting cold and flu symptoms now. What's the latest on that?
Y'all got all the news.
Hey, this is the Sports Joc show. You know how it is.
We don't have lives. We just research stuff.
Yes, she was very sick the last couple of days, and I think she's heading up. She actually stayed down in the coastal village because she got so sick. So I think she's heading up today. So she's been clear. Her fever's broken, and she's going to be all right.
Well, last question real quick. What time, because over here, trying to watch y'all do your races, you got to wake up at 3 a.m. What time is your next race?
We race on February 18th and 19th, and it's 7 p.m. here and 8 p.m., which I think would be 10 a.m. and, I don't know, minus 9. 10 and 11. Right?
I heard that. Well, thank you for calling in and taking the time.
Happy birthday.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Bring me back something from Sochi that nobody else will have in this studio.
Bring me back some of them hams.
Miss Lauryn, I can't hear you.
Will a Jamaican bobsled pen do?
Yeah. Bring me their bobsled. They can't find it either.
I know it's packed with a lot of that good
that good stuff.
Yeah. Good,
well,
good
thank you, Lauryn, for calling in.
All right.
Miss Lauryn Williams, Sochi, Russia, bobsled, 18th and 19th. She got a long time to sit around, don't she? We'll be back with more of the Sports Joc Show right after this.